The mid-sized adventure segment is a tough arena to be in. Here you gotta offer something lighter, with better power-to-weight ratio, better agility, at a price point to catch the attention of riders lusting after the big full-on adventure bikes 1000cc and up. We go back to Europe to try such a bike, this time from the Brits. This is the all-new Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro and GT.
Please, Mother Mercy, take me from this place, and long-winded curses.
So in 2020, Triumph launched quite the benchmark in this middleweight segment. The Tiger 900 had two variants, the Rally Pro for more dirt-oriented riders, and the GT for those riders who are digging the road more and for those who don't like to get all dusty after a trip. I felt the timing was off though, because just like for everybody else during that time, that was the limbo pandemic era, right? Still, to those who got their hands on them, and I'm talking about 45,000 riders who have this version, they gave back many nods of approval. And not just from users, we also got some raves from the world press. This bike also garnered some awards. Not only that, this bike has been the key tool for Ivan Cervantes to win races, like in the Baja Aragon Rally, the 1000 Dunas Raid, and the Baselia Enduro. Fast forward 2024, here we are with the newest version of the Tiger 900. Some key differences from the old and the new. First off, it is significantly lighter. They have a new chassis on this one, and in terms of specs, they are now, as of this video, the category leaders with what it has to offer. Like the technology, their TFT is the best in this category at 7 inches. They have the My Triumph connectivity system to hook up with your gadgets. They have an updated version of their cornering ABS and traction control. You got your heated grips and seats, although in our neck of the woods, we would want to see seats that can cool our bums and balls and vajayjay. And yes, I have seen bikes like that in Asia. They can cool your crotch. It's got shift assist, which I found really smooth and very clickable. The engine is dishing out more power now. We're talking about 13% more oomph. So what they did, they put in new pistons, a new cylinder head, new inlet and exhaust camshafts, new intake trumpets. So all that spells better performance through a better compression ratio. We have larger inlet ports, it's also lighter, so therefore the power to weight ratio improvement is significant. It is also more efficient by 9%. A full tank of gas can take you 425 kilometers. What's also cool with this is that you have a Triumph-approved pipe option. Triumph and Akrapovic work together to give you even better performance through this. It also looks cool.
Alone, listless, breakfast table in an otherwise empty room. Young girl, violins, sending up for wrong attention. The mother reads aloud, child tries to understand it, tries to make her proud.
I've ridden in Malaga, Spain many times, and I must say, what Triumph put us through was a solid 318 kilometers to truly see what the new Triumph Tiger 900 is all about. I rode the Rally Pro mostly, and yeah, for light off-road, this bike can rip. I actually had a couple of mishaps. First was when I forgot I was still on off-road mode, which means my rear ABS was off. So when I hit the rear brakes on a corner, this happened. Now, during this time, I was also not sure if I was on Off-Road Pro, where everything was off. That's why I didn't slam on the front brakes. That would have been a disaster on road. So I just slid to a stop. I was fine. This is precisely why Triumph won't let you switch on the fly. You gotta stop and switch for safety, so be mindful of this. Second mishap was more of me not paying attention. There was a trail with two slopes that we went to. One was an easy 45 to 50 degree incline, the other was I think about 70 degrees. So I went to the latter and this happened. I almost reached the top, actually, to be fair. I was in the middle of it, and then I realized, wait a minute, where the fuck am I? This is too steep. I hesitated, and the engine stalled. A more abled off-roader would have cleared it. I mean, with a bike like the Tiger 900, no problem. And yeah, I was fine. So we went through a lot of dirt, about 100 kilometers thereabouts. And yeah, with those Michelin knobbies, you'll be paddling along dirt, mud, gravel, and what have you, easy. Suspension is dead on. Sit when you can, stand when you can. You'll be comfy. Handling with my height, I'd probably look for risers for me to be more comfortable. Apart from that, all the hype from the 2020 version is definitely apparent here, and then some. All right, everybody, we're in Malaga, Spain, and if we're going to talk about the entire spectrum of bikes, this would be an adventure sport. It's in the mid-size segment. It's easy to ride compared to the bulky brothers in the over 1,000cc range. It's pretty aggressive if you know how to ride it that way. So I'm going to talk to you about the differences between the Rally Pro and the GT. So today in Malaga, we are riding both. Day one is now, and we rode the Rally Pro. Basically, the difference is the off-road capability. So you can look at it this way. This can be a road-capable off-road bike if you want to do a shortcut that way. So off-road bike, in essence, you got the rims. These are 21s. Of course, you know that what that can do with off-road. These come with Michelin tires, pretty good. I've been roughing it out all day with this one. We got more clearance with the suspension at the front, same with the rear. That difference, which you are seeing on the screen right now, is a big deal, of course, when you're going through off-road. Apart from that, you also have your protection, your skid plate over at the bottom. Of course, that just screams off-road for us, right? That's pretty much the difference. In terms of what this has with the old Tiger 900, it's got 13% more power, so that would tell me that the power to weight ratio would of course be a lot better this time around. And 425 kilometers to a tank. It's pretty impressive, so you can really go out there and have fun. So looking at the bits and pieces, quality wise, what they are sharing, if you're looking for the touring part of this, heated grips, you can heat your bum as well. I'm not sure if we're gonna get this in Asia. Doesn't really make sense for us over there. Unless they got like a seat that can cool our bum, that would be good too. So in terms of the seat, solid seat. I've been riding this the whole day, pretty comfortable, but we were standing up most of the time. I'd say it is pretty comfortable. Grips are also great. I would stick to this. Nice beefy mirrors as well. Handlebar is great. Welds are also awesome. It also comes with an Accra option. They have a pipe specifically for this bike, so you guys can check that one too. Now looking at our intro, of course, Triumph logo, mas biglang Tiger. So that's what it pretty much looks like. One of the other differences between this and the GT, this has Rally Pro. Rally Pro means you can literally shut down every aid. No traction control and no ABS front and rear. So it's that kind of level for riding. Even myself with off-road, I prefer to take out ABS only in the rear. I prefer to take out traction control, but I still would be more comfortable with ABS in the front doing off-road. So if you can do it with zero ABS, if you're that type of rider, then this bike will allow you to do that. Controls are pretty much set here. This is the mode and your toggle switch. Pretty easy to understand. If you know how to fiddle with a phone, then you can figure this out easy. So this is my favorite color. If you guys have been checking out Machina lately, I've been into gray. Yeah, this is right up my alley. This is what I would call, I mean, this is not what Triumph calls it, but if I'm looking at the shade, this is like dolphin gray. Nice touch here, Triumph. You got this orange that's totally popping out against the gray. I'm a big fan nowadays of that. I like pop coming out of bikes now. That said, paint quality is dead on. And for our Bucina, let's take a listen. This is what it sounds like. It's got that menacing sound, like really shrill. Can you imagine when the Accra is on it? It's gonna sound really awesome. The GT had us on around 218 kilometers around Malaga. We went through towns, highways, long stretches, and very tight twisties. In an instant, you can tell how and why this will outmaneuver and outperform the Rally Pro on the road. Smaller wheels in the front versus the 21s of the Rally, we already see that it will just scream better handling in the corners.
Waiting, watching the clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's got to stop. Tell him, take no more. She practices her speech as he opens the door. She rolls over, pretends to sleep as he looks her over. She lies and says she's in love with him.
We have three variants of the Tiger 900. We have the GT, the GT Pro, and the Rally Pro. Initially, like how most would think, they would go for the Rally Pro, just go for the top of the line, get it over with, done. However, after riding the GT Pro, I'm not so sure anymore. I'm spending more time on the road anyway, and the GT Pro will kill it. All in all, the new 2024 Tiger Pro is a compelling choice in this segment. It is ticking a lot of boxes, and there's really no excuse. I mean, I say this with how Triumph let the world media let us test it. I have never ridden Malaga, Spain this way before, and I must say, it is a triumph of a ride. The Tiger 900, folks, can't go wrong. Clear winner here. This is Zach from Makina Moto Features. Ciao.
And I feel the time's a wasted gold. So where you going to tomorrow? And I see that these are lies to come. Would you even care? And I feel it. And I feel it. Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going with the mask I found? And I feel when the dogs begin to smell her. Will she smell